fog it up too. Okay, thank you. We're going to come out of closed session. I need a mover and a seconder to come back to open, and I have Councillor Marchant and Councillor Scott. So it's number R 2021-141, moved by Councillor Marchant, seconded by Councillor Scott, that we resume to an open public meeting at 7:20 p.m. All in favor? Carried. And
Okay, so this is this one. I left everyone a page on their table from E for M. It's for municipalities. That was the only other submission we found for the RFP for selection of the CAO position. Weaver Simmons, I sent it out to Weaver Simmons and to E for M because they were the other two that we had approached when we started all these projects. Weaver Simmons did call to say that this is not what they do, but that they'd be willing to work with us on a employment contract if needed. So we just have the two, the one quote from Stratford and the one from Weaver.
so I'd like you, I think the E for M, it just came in today.
It closed today at noon, so this
Oh,
came
okay.
in at 11:30, that's why I couldn't get it to everything sooner.
Right, now we had the Stratford one at the last meeting that
10 to 15.
Janet pointed out it was 10 to 15,000.
Yeah, which it was, yeah, that was kind of an ambiguous figure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then we have E for M's. And I think you have that in your hand, and it's not as ambiguous.
No, it's
It's-
kind of an a la carte menu,
It's 9,000 and something because I moved mine.
9,315.
Okay, 9,315.
They are,
Go ahead, Tom.
sorry, they are a nonprofit. I noticed it.
Yep.
What I like is that some of the comments they made about our approach, about how difficult it's been, what they're calling up, hiring people. Kind of like that, they're coming right out and telling us. You know, the way their proposal is something I'm not familiar with, but sounds pretty good to me.
Everyone, a lot of you staff at EFRM are former clerks and municipal CAs.
So they know what you're looking for.
Yes.
They were the ones that hired the new administrator for calendar. So they worked in the area and they worked, the mayor of Calendar had glowing reports, having worked with them, so. And if you look at it, we do have Janet's, which pointed out is a little ambiguous, 10 to 15. This is 9. It's your decision. It's traditionally, we've gone with, not, I don't know if it's the lowest bid or the best bid, but
We didn't with the earlier ones and stuff.
right, so,
We went with the highest.
so,
I like this one myself.
Yeah, I kind of like their approach,
okay,
not, and cost aside, the approach is,
well, what we can do, you want to move it,
Sure.
Councillor Marchant,
I'll second it.
Councillor Kirby. And it would be 141. 142. Sorry.
Didn't fill in the information
Yeah, I did.
for the main recruiter.
Okay, so the total amount is 9315. And I'll skip this one.
And expertise for municipality.
Okay. E4. Okay. I have a motion on the floor, number R 2021-142. Moved by Councillor Marchant, seconded by Councillor Kirky, that we accept the RFP for the hiring process of a CAO clerk to total amount $9,315 to E4M. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. And I'm sure we'll hear something by the next meeting.
Yep.
Okay, the next one is correspondence. And I think we had a chance to go through it. They are on number one. In speaking to others, there's continuous increases for municipal insurance. It's not the insurance, and what AMO and these groups are trying to do is they're trying to go to the Minister of Justice. It's not the insurance claims per se, it's the renderings from the judges that have been astronomical. So what they're looking at is not to support municipal insurance here, but to go to Minister of Justice and say, you have to have a cap. You know, this is worth this, this is worth that. And I know when you're buying insurance, I've seen it where, you know, you lose an arm, it's this,
Right.
not
Mhm.
$10 million, you know, in whatever. So in this, instead, what we're looking at is AMO and other groups lobbying the government to go to the Minister of Justice and say, we need a standardized payout for these versus saying we don't want as high of insurance, because the insurance isn't bad, it's the payouts that are driving the insurance up.
Well, it's when there's no predictability. When insurance companies don't like no predictability, they like to predict the outcome.
Yes,
And if we can give them a standard outcome, it will be reflected in our premiums.
yep. So,
For joint and several liability, it doesn't matter how much at fault the municipality is, even if it's a minor amount. They still pay the lion's share because they can't.
Well, yes, a lot of times they say, well, it's insurance paying, but it affects us in the long run.
it does.
When you see the amount of claims and like
Municipalities don't
they are
have to.
paying out 4.5 million for a claim for Roundup and stuff. It's, you know, it's just
So.
terrible amounts.
So again, right now, it's not supporting the municipal insurance, but working at the payouts basically. So that's number one. Number two, and I've already went in and said, put me down, and they went, nope, that's first time vaccinations clinic in Powassan on June 11th. So if you haven't had it, you can call, and that's June 11th. And also the drugstore in Powassan
Yes.
is doing it, but again, it's first time for essential workers. But for those of you 70 or that put in had yours done before April 18th, you can sign up now and get on the list. So, and I had that discussion with Mr. Fideli because he wasn't aware of it. And I said, well, your government put it out. And then he looked and went, well, you're right, I'm putting my name in right now. So that was good. I was glad I could help him. Number 3 and 4 are basically the same, and in discussions about this, I would suggest that we try to support these. And the reason why is, and Kris has pointed this out, this hasn't changed in over 20 years. So now if you make a claim, it's $7,
$5 to put in a request.
$5 for a request.
And we're under the legislation, we charge for search time for 15 minutes, we're allowed to charge $7.50. And for preparation of records for disclosure, we're allowed $7.50 for 15 minutes of our time. And for photocopies and computer printouts, it's 20 cents a page. So none of this has been reviewed. And for vexatious claims, if someone wants to bring in a mountain of claims, which has happened in other municipalities, it clogs up the office. They're asking you to go back several years. There's very little guidance, and we're at their mercy. So
I think it'd be worth supporting.
I agree. So we'll have something in the next meeting.
Especially when we're legislated by the amounts, like we can't even,
No,
for
it
our,
doesn't
you know,
cover.
Yeah,
the
for
costs
the
for
record
us.
search.
you could tie up a couple of clerks
Oh, yes.
permanently if somebody wants to get vexatious about it.
And it
Somebody,
has happened in other municipalities where I've talked to the clerks. And in a situation like ours, where we have a very small staff, we've only had two record searches this year. And I was able to do the one and they pulled back the other one. But it takes a long time and you have to make sure you're releasing the proper information, redacting what you need to do. And it takes a long time.
you gotta be careful with what you're, yes.
yeah, you're right.
Exactly, because liability wise.
And you do
Yes.
that all for $15.
If someone ever had a personal vendetta, they could just overwhelm with.
They could destroy a township
requests.
office. Yeah.
Yes, and I've seen one of a fellow clerk in another municipality really overwhelmed and affected by it, so.
Yeah, definitely, we should support it.
Good,
Yeah.
thank you. Calvin, on lottery licensing, all our lottery licensing, mainly in Nipissing, is at a provincial level. And it's at South Shore Store and at Foots. And so we really,
We don't have any,
Leave it as is.
yeah,
we don't have any private licensing like fire department or the.
no,
they don't qualify.
Anybody.
see, fire department doesn't qualify. And then as far as groups in our
Service.
Nipissing service clubs, we really don't have any. You're either in, Rest Dual or you're in Powassan or something. So we've avoided this and I think we should continue to. Powassan District Union Library board minutes were there. For us to peruse, and then the letter from Cambrian Insurance. And they've joined BrokerLink, which, and I see even on the TV now, that Cambrian, Rive Insurance, and another one that I didn't know, have joined.
Yeah, because, well, Daypray basically went over to Cambrian
Yeah.
when he retired. And then I guess Cambrian is now.
Yeah.
Now, and I read the BrokerLink thing. And I don't know, they seem to try and stay small town with us.
They seem to, they've got an office in North Bay and had a lady from South River that worked there for years, so, it seemed to be okay, so.
Now, are we gonna, I guess they're gonna continue with the office in Powassan?
I haven't put any different, and I was talking to Stephanie, so I was hoping so.
Yeah. Well, I hope so, because Stephanie's my broker.
And might as well, so let's hope so.
Municipal insurance is renewed in July, on July 3rd. So.
Okay.
And finally, the Resource Productivity and Recovery Authority, the new regulations, they came out, I think we said last Friday. And
They had asked us what date we wanted to transfer over. I don't think we ever really answered them because they're going to assign it anyway, but for our area, it's 2025. So we're really fine.
Yeah, we're quite a ways down the list. So we have a little bit of breathing room.
But we're
there.
also, with our new RFP, we're moving towards the goal.
We're already moving towards. So.
So that's good. That's good, positive.
Well, the fact that we've been moved out to 2025, because when I was reading it, I kept looking at the municipal names on it, and I kept going further and further back on it. Like up on the last page. So we must be doing something right already.
Well, it's our area. It's harder for those of us in the north to find people to take our recycling.
Mhm.
So they've given, the way that I see it and the way it was explained when I went through the trainings is they're giving their companies enough time to work out what they're going to do
Yeah.
with their recycling. And then they can expand their programs to accommodate us. So, but we have more people coming out to do recycling for us. So with the competition, that's why we thought an RFP at this time would be a good idea.
And
All of our neighbors are in 2025.
Yes.
Yeah.
neighboring
Yes.
townships.
And with this new RFP, you know.
Yeah.
If we see what's out there, it might be good for us, you know, I hope it is. you
And
know.
we start early. So we're well ahead of our deadline, so it gives us lots of time to.
Yeah, so there'll be
massage
no,
this and
yeah,
make
we
sure
won't be
get-
doing any panic
No.
stuff. at
Where
the
you
end date.
hire the only person to put their name on. Now we can look around.
Yeah.
And we'll have a good RFP, so. So that's good, and I do have the resolution. So
143.
143, and what we will do is we'll put those, the MFIPA, the Freedom of Information one, we'll have that on the next agenda so that we can support that. So that we accept the correspondence. I need a mover and a seconder, please. Councillor Marchant, Councillor Scott. Number R 2021-143, moved by Councillor Marchant, seconded by Councillor Scott. Will we accept the correspondence as presented? All in favor? Carried. Stick. Statements of accounts, broad shoulders, 207,000. Counselor Scott and Counselor Kirk.
Question on the
Yes.
statement of accounts. One that jumped out at me here was the hydro one,
Yes. Me too.
right here, the rink hydro.
Yeah, we've already addressed it. We've looked at it. The baseboards were malfunctioning.
Yeah,
Oh,
so what happened, they were turned down, but they're not turning off. So we've killed the main power to the building and we'll get them replaced before the next season.
okay.
Public Works, Washington did the same thing last year.
Yes.
I wondered because I looked back to the last ones and we.
Yeah,
did the
no, it was a
same.
good catch.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because I'm
It
looking at what it.
Yeah,
For hydro for my house.
it was unplugged, the main heater was unplugged, but somehow baseboard heaters, they're all tied in together and somehow they didn't shut off.
So some electrician should have a view at that.
We'll replace
Yeah.
it. They're old anyway, so we'll get,
Oh,
Better
something a little more
efficiency ones
efficient,
anyway.
yeah.
it's
Okay,
on
so
the
that's-
to-do list.
That's good.
Probably a resolution to come down the pipes for later on.
Yeah, yeah, later on, there will be indeed a resolution to,
It depends on.
No,
the price.
it's under the threshold, so they'll,
Yeah, it's only if it's under our threshold. then-
oh, right, yeah.
yeah.
What's our threshold again? 10? Sorry,
That's okay. I had it.
I'm new to this, so I haven't remembered the
That's a
numbers.
good question,
It's a good refresher. for
but it was
everyone.
good. A number of people caught that.
Yeah.
Ring shaft.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
so it would be considered a low cost purchase if it's under $5,000.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, because, you know, you look at the garage hydro and where they've got equipment working and,
Yeah.
you know, and there's people in there all the time and it was less.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Will was over there and Dan was over there. I think they both got it cut right off.
Yes.
The other thing is with the scrap car, I just wondered, did you ever ask for people just to give one?
donate.
Oh, yeah, but right now with the price of scrap,
Nobody's donating. I just wondered because.
no, but what we have now is we set up with Piches, we're gonna give them a car, they're gonna give us a car back.
Oh, yeah, so
So
you're gonna
instead
scratch
of
the
us
paint out
paying-
and give it back to them?
Yeah, instead of them paying us for the scrap car, they're just gonna keep giving us one until the time we say, no, we're done, thank you, then they'll pay us for the car.
Okay, that's good. I just wondered, you know, 'cause,
That's actually a good system,
yeah, that's, you know, it is, if they will do that.
because it's sort of like free extrication training for the guys.
Yeah, what they're gonna do is when they come to empty the bin, they have to bring a bin, they're gonna throw a car in the bin, dump it off, switch the bins around, and
Oh, good.
so it works out really well.
Glad to hear that. Good.
Yeah,
It's funny, Councilor Marchant, because I knew several people that had old cars. And I said, why don't you donate it to the fire department? We're gonna sell it for scrap. You know,
Yeah.
and these were things that had sat in their yards for a number of years, and that's why I brought it up, but nope, they're all gonna be rich on scrap.
Well, the price is high,
Price is high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
235 for 10. a ton.
For 10.
Well, it's what my Ford's made of, right?
Pretty much.
Okay, let's look at the statement of accounts. Number R 2021-144, moved by Councilor Scott, seconded by Councilor Turkey, that the statement of accounts dated May 27th and June 4th, 2021, totaling $207,140.24 be approved. All in favor? Carried. And
One
again,
44.
144, yep. And again, good pickup. Thank you. And 145. This is our confirming bylaw. So I need a mover in the secondary. Councilor Scott and Councilor Marchant, thank you. So it's number R 2021-145, moved by Councilor Scott, seconded by Councilor Marchant. We passed bylaw number 2021-32, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council at its meeting held on June 8th, 2021, read the first, second, and third time and passed this 8th day of June, 2021. All in favor? Carried. And when I took home from East Home,
Oh, no one was.
this, yeah, this is the adjournment one. I Need a mover and second, please. You other one leave, right? That's compulsion. R 2021-146, moved by Councilor Scott, seconded by Councilor Turkey, that the meeting be adjourned at 7:43 PM. Next regular meeting to be held June 22nd, 2021. All in favor? Carried. Maybe we'll have air. If not,